Welcome to the show. I'm Jen. My guest today is Jody Boyd with the Singletons. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
The show is about people making things happen, and I feel like you epitomize that with everything you've done in the nonprofit world in the Valley. So thank you for being here to share that story.
Oh,
I
very
think
kind
it's an
of you.
important
Thank you.
one. Yeah. So starting out from the beginning, tell us who Michelle Singleton is.
So Michelle Singleton was a childhood friend of mine. Actually, we grew up right down the street from where we are right now on 52nd Street and Thomas. And she went to high school right around here, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 30.
Wow.
And was a single mom of 4 kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, ranging from the age of 14 all the way down to 6 months at her diagnosis. And so at that time, I had two young children myself, and have 3 now, but 2 young children myself, and was married. But I was really, the whole thing was shocking to have a peer going through this, and then to see how she had to navigate all of the challenges that come with cancer, both physically and financially, and how she was supposed to navigate that on her own, and it just was very eye-opening to me.
Like there weren't resources and tools for her in order to figure out how to, like you said, navigate all of that as a single parent.
And so, all of us as friends and family, I would double my dinner, bring it over, drop it off in the kitchen, or grab an extra laundry detergent when I went to the grocery store and drop it off on my way home, things like that. But the more her illness progressed, the more my thoughts just kept going to, if we weren't doing these things, how would somebody have this done? And even for us doing these things, I still always say extended family and friends, they're kind of in a fog. It's scary for everybody. And they also don't want to make that person feel like they're less than. So, my whole thing is if you go over to their house, just take out their garbage. But somebody who's a friend or family might be like, oh, I don't want to offend them. And so that's where the Singletons comes in. It's like, this is what we're here to do. We're here to help you navigate this. And we can't necessarily take away the challenges, but we sure can, help ease the burden of all of these very heavy and very scary things that are happening within the home, especially for families who have extended illnesses. And we've worked with families that have been with us for 9, 10, 11 years. And, because medicine's getting better, treatments are getting better and extending people's lives, but oftentimes they still can't go back to work. Battling cancer is now their full-time job. So again, like I said, that's kind of where we come in and help them and just say, we cannot remove what's happening, but we can help you kind of walk the journey with you.
Yeah, and I've seen that. That's pretty incredible. So you start the organization, and it's really taken on sort of an evolution too,
Very
that
much.
you've maybe seen other areas to help than just single moms, where it started.
Yes, absolutely. So all of our families are headed up by a single parent, and the majority of the families, it is the parent who is going through cancer, but we do have some families where it's actually the child going through cancer. So we've had, pediatric cancer patients, which is also brings some unique challenges too, in the sense that if a child has an extended stay at a hospital, it's not like those parents, that single parent can go, oh, I'm off to work now to the nurse's station. They have to be there with their child. So being able to even keep and maintain a full-time job when your child is sick is something that's almost next to impossible.
I couldn't even imagine.
So it's, it's both situations have very similar challenges, but then each one also has, very unique challenges that they face.
So what are some of the specific programs that you offer? Because you talk about what you offered to Michelle, some of those basic needs and necessities. What is the Singletons doing now to support those families?
So our main goal is to really help kind of under the roof of the house. You know, what does that home need? What do all of us need to be able to maintain our home, to raise our children? So keeping the lights on, so we help pay utility bills, restocking the home with essential supplies like laundry detergent, paper towels, toilet paper. Boy, that's become, you know, a big deal these days. And then to also make sure that they have, you know, just healthy, convenient family-style dinners that promote time spent as a family, and keeps them out of the grocery stores. Also, these meals are easy enough for these, you know, the preteens and teens in the house to be able to help. And that's part of it too, is empowering some of the kids to be able to help when their mom or dad is not feeling their best.
Not able to. And these last months, almost a year or so of what we've gone through in the world has probably just added such a layer to those that are struggling with cancer. Because, I mean, we talk about the challenges that we have, but I mean, their challenges. So have you had to pivot and do some things different in the organization?
We've definitely had to pivot. You know, the number one thing, I guess, for that I like to remind people of is that the Singletons population is an immune-compromised population. So prior to what we've been going through, they were already kind of sheltering in place. They were picking and choosing very carefully where they wanted to go and not going into big crowds. So, and they will continue to do that after all of this settles down. But what we've had to do is really change to a drive-through. We really have always loved having family events where we can get together one-on-one, and boy, do we miss those so much, and I can't wait till we can do them again, because our families are so empowered by meeting other families that are going through the same thing. So for now, we've been unable to do that, and we've been unable to hug, but at the same time, we still are able to every month have our families come through our parking lot, and we load up the trunks of their cars with all of the essential supplies that we always did. So it was really important to remain operational for them, because as much as they needed us before, they needed us even more now. And
I've seen that drive-through line. It's pretty incredible to see all those people lined up.
Yeah.
So how can people help and, you know, support the organization so you can continue helping those families?
Absolutely. Well, on the third Saturday of every month, we will be continuing to do the drive-through for the foreseeable future. So we need to make sure that we keep up on our supplies of laundry detergent and toilet paper, hand sanitizer, cleaning products. We have a list on our website. So, you know, that's a monthly occurrence for us to be able to restock each home. Additionally, we are still helping to pay utility bills. Not as often, but the whole thing is we'd be able to do it more if we had the different monetary donations coming in. So it's always hard to ask people for money, but at the same time, that's what keeps our doors open and us able to keep that program going.
Absolutely. Well, and I have to mention, in 2016, you were a CNN hero. I don't know if they're still doing the program, they do their top 10 every year. And in 2016, you were recognized in that top 10 for what you've created with the Singletons. Yes. And I do remember, and maybe this will solicit some calls for some donations, but you were on a local TV show promoting and talking about the fact that you got that award.
Yeah.
And I believe someone called you and made a $10,000 donation.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was actually, I was just about, I think it was 2 days before I headed to New York for the actual show, and I was able to go on, one of the local networks, and before I even hit the parking lot, it came
So maybe
through.
now with Jen, we'll solicit some phone calls. So how can people give and support? What's the best way to get information about you guys?
The best way is through our website, so thesingletonsaz.org. We also have a Facebook and Instagram. Social media was important before as well, but I would say we definitely are ramping up more now. So if you really want to see what we're kind of doing on that weekly basis, we're trying to, push our story a little bit more, showing really what we're doing,
who we're impacting,
and that we are, that we're still moving right along as best that we can.
I love it. Thank you for being here to share your story, and congratulations on just getting married.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have you back.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for watching Now with Jen. We'll see you next time.